Hey guys, Fireworks Stud here, and in this video it's going to be part 2 of my most recent pickup stash collection edition video, whatever you want to call it. This is a part 2. I just went through all of those goodies over there in part 1. I will link it in the description if you missed it. But we have some really cool stuff to go over in this part. It's going to be pretty much all vintage stuff. I went over the modern stuff in that first part, and now we're going to go over most of the vintage stuff that I have. So like you guys know, I have been getting into the vintage side of this hobby, and all the modern stuff I went in part 1 is just kind of cool stuff I found along the way my hunt for vintage stuff. So we'll hop into everything that's being added to my vintage collection in this pickup. This first thing, some people might not call this vintage because it is UNO, but you have a horse brand Air Travel with Report. I have a couple of grosses of these already. I actually just lit my first couple of packs last week, and they were pretty good performers for how old they are. I would say they're right at, or maybe even better than what you find in a modern bottle rocket. So when I saw those, had to pick them up. I believe I have a second one in here, funny enough, just from a separate place. Those labels look a little bit different. I don't know if there's any difference in them. One might have just faded in the sun or whatever. But we've got 2 of those, both from Horse brand. Both full grosses of bottle rockets. This next find may have been my favorite one that I've made in a long time. I found 2 grosses of these Black Cat Silver Foxes. If you've been watching my channel for long enough, you know that I have always been a big fan of these. I almost bought a case of these as a kid, right when I started my channel, and I've never forgiven myself for not buying them, just because these have always been perhaps my most favorite firework of all time are these Silver Fox bottle rockets. If you're unfamiliar, Black Cat stopped making these probably 10 plus years ago, but they're a little bit bigger than Black Cat's standard bottle rocket. I don't know if you can really tell. They have a nice titanium tail, and then from what I remember as a kid, I haven't lit these off in like 10 years, but the reports were louder than a regular bottle rocket too. So I was super happy to find someone that still had some of these, because like I said, they've just have always been my favorite. There's the first brick there, or first gross, I should say, and another one there. You can see that these have, let's see, without a focus, or they do have the year 2001 on them, so you know that these are a little bit older. Speaking of a little bit older, these are a little bit older than those. I have a Tiger Head brand Air Travel with Report, nice gross here. If you watched part 1 of my video, I showed a box where I actually found 8 more grosses of this exact type of rocket. Like I said, I've said this so many times, I apologize, but bottle rockets have just always been my favorite. And I heard that these are good shooters, and it's just really cool to have some DOT bottle rockets that look like these ones do and perform as well as they do. So found a gross there, had to pick it up. So many bottle rockets. Next is just this random single item from Link Triad brand. I don't even know if this is DOT Class C or if it's UNO, but you have an air bomb. I've seen other ones that are called double voice specialties. It's just basically a little salute. We'll light that off and definitely get a video of those. I'm looking for like full packs of these because they seem to be pretty good. All right, getting into, actually let's go through this box first. I have a box here. If I didn't have enough bottle rockets, I have another box of bottle rockets. Let's see if my camera will focus. I'll just bring them up here. I have a little stack here of bottle rockets. These are from President brand. From what I was told, where I found these were pretty popular back in the day and might still be pretty popular in the collector side of things. Looks like they used to have a red, white, and blue fuse. I'm excited to try those out. Supposedly they perform really well for how old they are. So we've got just a little stack of those. You might see in here this Silver Fox gross. This is a little bit different. I didn't even realize it when I was getting it, but it looks like Black Cat in 2020 did another run of these Silver Foxes, but this time they made them whistlers, and it's a half gross. So I don't know if these even have a silver tail. It says that they do, but we'll go ahead and try these as well and see if they're anything like the older type. But again, I was just happy to find some Silver Foxes. Next in here, we have 2 boxes of these from Red Lantern brand. They are Moon Travelers, DOT Class C. And it looks like, if it will focus nicely for you guys, that these are all fused together. So I've never seen something like this. It looks like something you just set up on something. You light this fuse here and then they all go. So if that's the case, we will definitely have to try one out. This one's in good shape. I'll probably save this one and light this one here. Just a different, it looks like a different design on the rockets, but Link Triad or Red Lantern DOT Class C. Same thing, they all look fused together. So we'll have to see what those do. I have never seen those in all my days doing fireworks. Another just random lot of fireworks I came across that a buddy had. Looks like more Red Lantern. These look like Whistling Moon Travelers. I'm sure those are DOT. Yeah, you can see it there. Moon Travelers, DOT Class C. Just a bunch of random. I think this is probably another pack of those Tigerhead brand DOT Class C Air Travelers that I have a ton of. So that's all that's in this box. We'll get that closed up. I'm excited about those President rockets, just see what those do, and as well as these little 12 packs there. So we'll move that over to the side. We'll go through these bricks now. First brick I have here is this PGI brand 25th anniversary DOT Class C. This brick obviously was made for the 25th anniversary of the PGI convention. It was made, it looks like, by the Cazorla brothers, which that, if you don't know, are the brothers that were behind Roller Coaster brand firecrackers and all the other types of fireworks that Roller Coaster made. So I was super excited to find this. I'm looking for loose packs because I'm not quite sure if I want to open this brick, considering it's DOT Class C and it's PGI. I know there's 50th anniversary bricks out there. I'm sure at some point I'm actually gonna want to pick those up too, but saw this for a good price, had to pick it up. And I think the crackers have a pretty cool label or cool design on them. I just can't remember right now what's on those crackers. Okay, these next 2 bricks were an absolute gold mine find, or just like dream bricks for me. Bricks that I've seen watching videos for 10 plus years and was just super excited to find. This first one I had to rewrap myself, which is why it looks terrible. But we have a Tigerhead brand Thunderbomb 8016 brick. Super cool wrap on the back. You have just some roses. The crackers, let's see if we can really see any in there. I don't know what design on these are on these. I need to learn more about the different variations of Thunderbombs. There's a bunch of different, but like I said, this is my first Thunderbomb brick that I've ever owned. So I'm gonna be holding on to this for a long time just because I have wanted one for such a long time. This next one might be my favorite piece in my vintage collection so far. I have a Roller Coaster brand, let's see if that focus better, 8016s, DOT Class C. There are the Cazorla brothers again, and you can kind of see the edge of the crackers. Nice crackers, and a nice back wrap there. Like I said, like who doesn't want a Roller Coaster brand DOT brick? I know people that have awesome collections of these, and I was just super pumped to have one. This is another one that I will probably never open until I'm on my deathbed, and I'm having someone light them off for me just because of how cool these are and how long I have watched people shoot these off or just have videos of their collections with these in them. So next thing we have, and it is the last thing, thanks for hanging with me guys. I've got another shoebox here, and this is a bunch of DOT packs. I'm gonna go ahead and move everything and just lay the packs out. I think it'll be easier to go over them that way, so give me 1 second to do so. All right, we've got all the packs laid out. We're gonna go through them real quick. Again, this is just what I have in this pickup. If you haven't seen the first video, I was posted probably just over a month ago of my first vintage pickup. There's some packs in there that I have alongside these, but we'll just go ahead and get started. Up in this top corner, we have 2 stacks of these Horse brand DOT Class C. These are 12s, and I think those are daisies on the back. We have a Horse brand 32, super cool pack there, same design on the back. a Horse Brand 50 strip. I think these are different. Yeah, those look nice. I love when you have the old cellophane that's a little bit more clear. These are cool. They're mislabeled. They are also Horse Brand. They're labeled as just 16s, but these are actually 2-inch crackers. Got a couple packs of these. One of them I opened. As you can see there, you've got 2-inch crackers. I lit one off and they are super loud, so I will be doing a video on those. Those were cool to find. Last Thunderbomb thing here is a DOT Class C, and this is actually a later Ladyfinger pack. So I've never lit off any Thunderbombs besides that one 2-inch cracker. So because I've got a bunch of these, I'll make a video on those, just lighting off my first Thunderbomb packs here in the near future. Let's move down to this corner first. These are actually my ICC packs. These are the only 3 that I have. This first one is a super cool Black Cat ICC. If you look at the design on the back, it's actually got one of the cats with Black Cat written out. That's a prized piece of my collection so far. Then you have the Dixie Boy Crackers 16s ICC, another popular ICC pack. And last of the ICCs are this Warrior Brand. These are Ladyfingers ICC Class C. Again, just a super cool pack that I came across. We'll go back to the Black Cats. We have a little stack of these DOT Class C 12s. Cool design on the back. You've got the cats. And then we just have a bunch of different versions of DOT packs. These are 16s. You've got a bunch of, sorry for the glare, but it just looks like a bunch of different designs, both on the front, different versions of the cat, and might be different on the back. I thought these small packs were super cool. DOT Class C, these are inch crackers. There's 12 of them, just a mini version. So if you know anything about the variation between these packs, definitely hit me up and educate me. Then we have these UNO packs. These aren't vintage per se by some people's definition, but they are definitely still older. And you've got, again, just a variation in the design. These are the ones that still have the wrap on them with the cats. These are the ones I grew up with, so I thought it was cool to find a couple packs of them. This one here is a Ladyfinger pack, UNO, but you don't see Black Cat Ladyfingers around anymore, so cool pack there. Then we have a 50 strip of Black Cats, DOT Class C, of course. Another DOT here. 50 strip. I may light one off because I have 2 of those. I don't know. I'm kind of attached to them already. And then we have something unique, a Black Cat DOT Class C, a 60 strip. You don't really see 60 strips anymore. And what I really like about these are that design on the cracker. You've got stripes. I can't quite tell. I'm sure it says Black Cat on them, but really cool pack there. Next, I'm also super excited about these. Are these Horse Brand Jumping Jack Fireworks DOT Class C. If you know anything about DOT jumping jacks, they are a completely different firework than the jumping jacks we have nowadays, or even the early UNO stuff. These have a really cool design on them. I'll actually pause this video. I'm planning on lighting some of these off. I just want to show you what they look like, so give me 1 second. Okay, here's how those jumping jacks look. I wish I had a modern pack of jumping jacks just to compare them to size-wise, but these are much bigger and a super cool design on those jumping jacks. I've heard you can actually unwind these and light them individually and have a bunch of fun. So these are, from what I hear, getting really hard to find. I'm just happy to have the packs that I have, and we'll definitely make a video trying those out. I've probably said that we'll make a video like 50 different times in these pickup videos, but lots of demos coming. So next we have here are these Bo Peep brand firecrackers. I believe, just from what I can see, that these are little Ladyfinger strips too. I don't know if it's all one strip or if there's, you know, a stack of strips in there, but those are DOT crackers as far as I'm aware. This is another UNO pack. You have a Boomer from Red Lantern. These are Ladyfingers, I believe, and you might have a couple different strips there. This is a thicker pack. I don't know if it's all one light or if there's a couple there. Finishing out the single packs for this pickup, we have a DOT Zebra. This is one of the cool packs where I think it's gray and black, but it actually has zebra written out on them with cool lines and stuff. Then we have a little Zebra penny pack, DOT Class C. They're the 1-inch crackers, just like these Black Cats up here, but just a zebra version. We have a TNT bomb, DOT Class C, Ladyfinger, and another DOT from a Link Triad brand. These are also Ladyfingers. I had a few random things in this box too. I got 2 more boxes of these Plane Flying at Night, DOT Class C. I believe they're Link Triad. Yep, Link Triads. So now that I have 3 boxes of these, I'll go ahead and try them out. I have the Matchcracker Large. This is something that just got thrown in with one of my pickups. And then I've got a small bag here of UNO roller coaster crackers. We've got 3 or 4 strips of the 50s. Sorry, terrible camera work. And then a nice little handful of the 12s. Always looking for more of these. I did a video recently where I lit my first roller coaster packs ever off and was super impressed with them. So yeah, guys, that finishes the end of this pickup video. Super excited about all the things that I've found, even more excited about the people that I've met along the way. This hobby has a bunch of awesome people in it. So if you're one of those people that I've talked to, I'm just seeking advice on where to find stuff or how much stuff is worth, I appreciate you. And if you're just watching this video for the first time or not familiar with my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm going to keep working to build up my vintage collection. And yeah, hope you guys like this video. We'll catch you later.